morning, Lion. Yassine, welcome
Good
back.
morning, Mr.
Maryam Naqib, Ryan. Good morning, Ryan. Afternoon, sorry, we're afternoon now. Afternoon, Maryam, Tadrus. Other people are joining us. So there are 5 students in the room right now, 5 out of 29. Uh, type. I'll start. So in the first session, we did 30 usage problems, some words which confuse us, some words which are used, or some expressions which are used the wrong way, and we read how to fix them. Again, the questions about this part come in the exam like this. You have a sentence and you're asked to correct the mistake. Okay? Uh, if you are attending now, pay attention to what we say. This will save your time before the exam. You will not need to read it from the book or study it from the book. Just pay attention now. And we have Yasmin Said. Yasmin. Yusuf Awad joining us. Yusuf Awad. Okay, number 31. As I told you before, we have 60 of them. 31, each other and one another. Each other and one another are exactly like between and among. Each other and one another are usually interchangeable. At times, however, each other is more logically used in reference to only two, like between. They love each other when I talk about two people. They hate each other when I talk about two people. But if I talk about a class, 27 students or 28 students, they love each other or one another. No, it's one another. They hate, each other or one another. No, one another, as long as I talk about three or more. So again, each other is more logically used in reference to only two. One another in reference to more than two, three or more. I think this is easy. Uh, when in an example like this, in the exam, for example, the four siblings love each other, and you're asked to correct the mistake. So some people say there is no mistake. No, we're talking about four siblings, so we should use one another here, not each other, because each other is used with two people only or two things only. Okay, number 32, farther and further. I think you know this very well. Farther is related to distance. Further is related to beliefs, ideas, degrees. Okay. Farther refers to distance. My home is farther from school than Ryan's home. Farther, at a large or a longer distance. Further means additional or to a greater degree or extent. Further study means more study or additional study. Again, further in brief means more, but farther means maybe longer distance. Fewer and less, and this is a very common mistake. Fewer and less. Remember, guys, that we use few with objects that can be counted, countable nouns. And we use little, from which we get less, with non-count nouns. So don't, Boghdadi again. Boghdadi. Okay, welcome Boghdadi. Don't use, جنة الهدى. Welcome Ganna, welcome Boghdadi. So don't use them instead of each other. Fewer animals, we can say less animals. Why? Because animals is a countable noun. Fewer resources, resources is a countable noun. Fewer acres, acres is a countable noun. because 1 acre, 2 acres, 3 acre, and so on, 3 acres and so on. Less is used with uncountable nouns or non-count nouns. Osama. Less rainfall, rainfall. Less diversity, less acreage, less acreage. Okay, the area of the number or the number of acres. Get, got, and gotten. Get, got, gotten. You know, we can also say get, got. These forms of the verb to get are acceptable in standard usage, but whenever possible, it is best to use a more specific word. Again, they are acceptable in standard usage, but it's better to use a more specific word. What do you mean? Look, get water, it's better to use obtain. Now, obtain means get, but it's a more standard word, obtain water. Got more fragile, when my bone, for example, or bones get more fragile, it's better to use become, became more fragile. Have gotten encouragement, it's better to use received instead of gotten, and use have received encouragement. Remember this, guys. Again, get, got, gotten are acceptable and they are standard, but it's preferable to use another word or another specific word more than get. Again, get the full mark, use obtain the full mark. Number 35, gone and went. Gone, the past participle of go, and when the second form of go. Gone is the past participle of go and should, like done, if you remember done in the first session, should be used as a verb only with a helping verb. Went is the past tense of go and is never used with a helping verb. Again, gone must be used with a helping verb. Let's welcome Hala Sharif. And went, Hassan Rohaim. Okay. Guys, try to be on time, please. Try to be on time, please. You are late. Type. The bird gone away. If you look at this sentence or this clause, the bird gone away, gone cannot be used without a helping verb before it. So we say the bird has gone away, or the bird, for example, has gone away. It must be said this way. Or we can make it went. The bird went. Instead of using gone on its own, we use went instead of it. So gone use or needs a helping verb before it, and went doesn't need a helping verb before it. Number 36, good, lovely, and nice. Remember, we use these three adjectives very often. These three adjectives are weak or overused, cliches, as we say. Try to use a more specific adjective. Good example, lovely green leaves, nice aroma. These are weak words. To correct them, instead of good example, use useful example. Lovely, use lush, green leaves. And instead of nice, use pleasing aroma. Excuse me. Okay. Let's do 37. 37. So again, if I go back to 36, sorry, when you're writing an essay, don't use good, lovely, and nice very often. Some of you will need to do IELTS maybe this summer or next year for your university or college. Never, when you write an essay, an IELTS essay, never use good. You can use a more specific word, useful, lovely, use like here in this example, lovely green leaves, use lush. Lush means fresh and Okay, nice, use pleasing, and so on, or any other descriptive word or more specific word. In and into. In refers to position, in in the basket, in the room, in position. I am in the class now. I am in the class now. If my position is inside the class. Into suggests motion. When I say I walked into the class, this means I'm moving and walking into the class. Okay, many insect species live in the rainforest. They are positioned in the rainforest. Plants take nutrients from the soil into their roots. يبقى the nutrients move from the soil, move up into their roots. Okay. Regardless, this is not an English word. Avoid it completely, altogether. Use regardless. Again, irregardless, some people use it to mean regardless. Never use irregardless. It's not an English word. Kind of, sort of. Do not use kind of or sort of to mean rather or somewhat. Uh, I'm kind of tired. It's very common in spoken English nowadays. He's sort of crazy. Hmm? Never use it in this way. Use somewhat. He's somewhat. I'm somewhat tired, or I'm rather tired. Don't use kind of or sort of. Lay and lie. Lay means to put or set something down. Its principal parts: lay, laid, laid. And you know, when we add ing, we add the ing without any change. Lay, laid, laid. Are usually followed by a direct object. Lay is a transitive verb. It needs a direct object. Lie, on the other hand, lie means to recline. Recline, lie in bed. Its principal parts are lie, lay, lane. It's a little bit confusing. Lay, lie. And when we add the ing, we change the ie into y and add the ing. So lie, lay, lane, but lay, laid, laid are never followed by a direct object. So the first verb, lay, is a transitive verb. It needs an object. Lie is an intransitive verb. It doesn't need an object. Here, that fungus is poisonous. Lay it down at once. Put it down at once. New legislation is laying the foundation. Laying, putting, or setting the foundation for the future. He laid the camera. In these, the ant queen has laid her eggs. In these four examples, we have an object after the verb lay. Here, lie on the grass. Lie means, like, again, sleep. Okay, or recline. The root of the tree is lying above. We don't have an object. The snake lay on. We don't have an object. These seeds have lain on. We don't have an object. Most of the time, we have a preposition on, or above. Okay. These are the first 20, the first 10 confusing problems in the second session. There are 60, as I told you. Number 41, learn and teach. And many of you make or fall in this mistake. Like, Mr. Ibrahim has learned me a lot. No, it has taught. He has taught me a lot. I have learned from him. So learn means, simply learn means take, and teach means give. Like lend and borrow. Okay? When you lend, you give. When you borrow, you take. When you teach, you give. When you learn, you take or get. Learn means to acquire knowledge, to get knowledge. Teach means to give knowledge to. I think it's easy. Number 42, leave and let. Leave means to allow, to remain. Let means to permit. Let the snake alone. Let the snake alone. It should be leave the snake alone. And it won't trouble you. So leave means to allow, to remain. Leave me alone. We don't say let me alone. But let means permit. Let me tell you something Give me the permission to tell you something. It's a piece of cake. 43, like. Like is a preposition and should not be used in place of the subordinating conjunction as that exhibit looks like a rainforest should look. That exhibit looks like a rainforest exhibit look. It's non-standard here. That exhibit looks as a rain forest should look. So remember, if you are confused, because it's a little bit confusing, after as we use a clause. A rainforest should look. But after like, we need a noun or I want to be a doctor like my father. Don't use as here. Okay? I want to be a doctor. If you can use as here, you can say as my father does. Yani my father also wants me to be a doctor. Okay? So after as we use a clause, after like we use it's a preposition, just a preposition. Loose and lose. I think this is easy. Loose, it's an adjective or a part of such idioms as cut loose, turn loose, break loose, loose, loose clothes, which means baggy or big. Lose is always a verb, generally meaning to miss from one's position. If you have a camera and you lose it, you miss it from your position. It's no more one of your positions now. Example, the branch is loose and it may fall. Loose means not tight, not strong. Without our help, these animals will lose their habitat. 45, maybe one word form and may be two word form. Maybe is an adverb meaning perhaps. May be is a helping verb and a verb. Maybe we can preserve the rain first if we all work together. Maybe means perhaps. Right. Number two, it may be. It may be. This is the helping verb may and the main verb be. It may be too late to save it. 46 of. Do not use the preposition of in place of the verb have. Moreover, do not use of after outside or inside or off or and atop. So again, do not use of instead of have, outside or after outside, after inside, after of, after atop. Simply eliminate it. Like the example here. We should have tried. We should have, not of. We should have, right? But in spoken English, people say, we should have tried. We should have. And instead of have, we put a, and some people make it of. This is wrong. We should have tried to stop the damage inside of. Inside can never be followed by of. Again, guys, do not use of after outside, inside, off, or atop. Do not use of after these words. A sentence like this may come in the exam. The exam, this is the sentence. The exam will not come outside of this paper. And you're asked to correct the mistake. So once you see outside of, you cross off and eliminate it because of can't follow these four words: outside, inside, off, and atop. Remember. Number 47. Okay, okay, okay. In informal writing, okay, capital O, capital K, or okay, capital O dot, capital K dot, and okay are acceptable or acceptably used to mean all right. This is in informal English. In formal writing, however, do not use either the abbreviations or okay. Do not use any of them. They are not formal English. They're not formal English. Do not use any of the three words in written English. When you are writing an essay, never use any of these words. Number 48, only Only should be placed in front of the word it logically modifies. This is important, guys. Only people can protect the environment. So this is a correct usage. Only modifies people. So it should be placed in front of, directly in front of the, don't say people only. If you say people only can protect the environment, this means this is the only thing people can do. They cannot do anything else. But if you want to say that people only, or only people, it should be only people can protect the environment, this means no other creature can do this job. People can protect only the environment. This means they can protect nothing else. Okay? People can protect only the environment. We understand that they can protect nothing else. Number 49, ought. Some people don't know how to use this word. Never use ought with have or had. Simply eliminate have or had. I don't think anybody here falls in this mistake or makes this mistake. We hadn't ought to have cut down so many trees. We ought not to have cut down so many trees. Outside of, do not use this expression to mean besides or except. Many species are found somewhere or nowhere else outside of the rainforest. So we said outside shouldn't be followed by of before. How can we correct it? Many species are found nowhere else except the rainforest. Okay, so again, number 50, again, do not use the expression or this expression outside of to mean besides or except. We'll go to number 51. This is the last part from 51 to 60. Plurals that do not end in S. Some plurals do not end in S. When you see a word like media, you say the media is. No, the media is plural. Why? Because the singular of media is medium. Medium, media. So the media are. Okay? The media. Similar words are criteria, because the singular is criterion. Media and phenomena. Phenomena is the plural of phenomenon. Data. Data is the plural of datum or datum. Bacteria. Bacteria is the plural of bacterium. So the bacteria are, not the bacteria is. No, the bacteria are. Number 52, and this is also important. Many people get confused. Precede means come before. Precede means come or go before. But proceed means to continue or move or go forward. Dr. Scott's research preceded Dr. Fagel's, so it went before it. Will you proceed with your research? Will you continue? Will you go forward? Number 53, principle and principle. Principle and principle. Principle as an adjective means most important. This is the principal idea or chief. As a noun, it means a person who has controlling authority, like Mr. Osama is the principal of PIS International, or the international section, I mean. Principle, always a noun, it means a fundamental law or idea. Fundamental law or idea. Broadleaf evergreens are the principal trees. The school's principal. Life in the rainforest operates according to fundamental biological principles. Number 54, real. Real means authentic. When I say, is this real? Is it authentic or fake? The use of real to mean very or really should be avoided in formal writing. Lianas are real tight around the trees. Real here means very. So delete real, it's informal, and use very or really. Okay. Number 55 says should not be used as a substitute for said. And I think this is a rare mistake. Yesterday, an environmentalist, the sentences in the past. So how come you say says? That's wrong. This is a piece of cake. 56, then and then. You know, then is used in comparison. Do not confuse it with the adverb then. Then means after that. Okay? Give the order of time. For example, I'm taller than my sister, but I had a shower, then I went to bed. Number 57, that, which, and who. That, which, and who. That refers to people or things. Which refers only to, sorry, that, the word that, sorry, the word that refers to people or things. The word which refers only to things. Who refers only to people. So that can go with both people and things, which, things, who, people. Right. 58, 58. There, there, there. The first word there, these are my friends, and this is their mother. There, the second word is an adverb of place. Come here, go over there. Number 3, there, this word, they are. They're happy, they're dancing, they're very hot, like the example, and so on. Number 59, two, and two. To, to, a preposition, I go to school, begins a prepositional phrase or an infinitive. To eat, to drink, to be, to have. To, double O, is an adverb. It modifies an adjective or another adverb. To, TWO, is a number. To the topics, to Brazil, to grow, to survive, this is an infinitive. Too hot, too densely populated, two species, two types, and so on. Number 60, when and where. Do not use when or where directly after a linking verb. The place I live is where, no. Also, do not use where in place of that. Let's read the wrong sentences. The annual flood is when fish, we have is, a linking verb. When, that's wrong. Is when fish, how can we correct it? We can rephrase the sentence. Okay? During the annual flood, fish enter the rainforest in large numbers. We can rephrase the sentence or say it in another way. The rainforest is where, that's wrong. Remember guys, never use when or where after a linking verb. What can we do? How can we correct it? Look at this example. The rainforest is where the greatest biological diversity on Earth is found. See how it is corrected? The greatest biology diversity on Earth is found in the rainforest. So we rephrase the sentence. I heard the other day where here is used in place of that. That's wrong. I heard the other day where destruction, that destruction is proceeding at an alarming rate. Okay. I think that's all for now. This is revision. Maybe I'll give you an assignment on SMS assignments later today, inshallah. So I'm done. I'd like to remind you again, if you were attending the session, this means you understand everything or almost everything. You just need to watch the 2 videos before the exam. If you haven't attended, your friends who haven't attended the sessions will need to exert much effort to understand this. And I told you how it comes in the exam. You'll be given some sentences and you're asked to correct the mistake or to choose the better word of the 2 words given, like then and then, proceed and precede, and so on. I've finished the session. If you have any question, please put your hand up. If you have any question. By the way, the novel quiz, we were supposed to have a literature quiz today. Of course, we haven't studied any literature yet, we'll put it off until maybe after the Eid, inshallah, when we study literature. I'll tell you what we will do later. Some people didn't take the novel quiz and they got zero. Sorry, including some of the people in front of me now. Some people, I gave you two chances, if you remember. The first time, 20 people only, or 22, submitted the quiz, and I gave you another chance, and Yahya was there. Yahya is not here now. Four people missed it. Hala Sharif is one of them. I think Yasmin Saeed is one of them. And two other people, I don't remember their names. So, guys, you got these four guys got zero in the first quiz. Any question before I end the session? Any question? Can you hear me, guys? Any question? So, tomorrow and after tomorrow, inshallah, will be online also. So, see you tomorrow, inshallah.